Good day, everyone. This is Coach Reese coming at you with another great video. I'm hoping all is well with you and your family and that you're enjoying your day. Today, the title of today's video is Actors and Actresses Study the Greats. Actors and Actresses Study the Greats. And I feel that this video is very important because if some of you young people decide to study the arts, it's very important that you really do your research and, study the great actors and actresses. That way, you can learn from them and hopefully, be able to create your own acting art form, if you will. And, like I say, I just feel that it's very important that you study the greats. And I'm going to give you some reasons on why you should study the greats in this video. I have a couple of points here that I'm going to talk about. I don't have any notes for this video today. So, like I say, today, I pray that you all bear with me as I go down through my notes here and give you the information that I think you should need. My first point is this: good actors and actresses should study the greats. Like I said, I think that's already self-explanatory. I've already explained that a little bit before I got started. But I just want to reiterate, it's very important that you study great actors, and I just want to add too, I think it's very important that you take your acting very seriously. I feel that, art is a very serious gift that, God gave you. And I feel that, if you, you shouldn't take your acting art lightly, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, you you have to study your greats. You have to study your greats, young people, in order to be great actors and actresses. And also, you got to have a fire and desire within your heart to want to do that. You know what I mean? Like I say, don't just get into acting. Don't just get into drama, the drama field, just for a paycheck or whatever. Because, I feel like there's a good actor and actresses, when you're on film, when you're acting in front of a camera or, you're in a play or whatever, if you're playing a joyous scene, the audience should feel your joy, you know what I mean? And on the flip side of that, if you're playing a very sad and a very painful scene, people should feel your sadness, you know what I mean? Acting should be something personal. It shouldn't be just a job that you clock in and whatever and work a 9 to 5, It takes a lot of dedication to be a good actor and actress. And I hope and pray that you all would take, my future actors and actresses. I pray that you all would take the drama career very seriously. My next point is this, young people. You should bless people with your art. You should bless people with your art. And what I mean by that is, once you get on the level where you're highly sought after, like Morgan Freeman or Denzel Washington, other actors and actresses like that, Sidney Poitier or whatever, you should have the power to pick and choose the parts you want to play. I'll give you an example. Like, if you got an opportunity to pick to be in a movie like I want to say like Nelson Mandela movie or something like that, and they want you to portray Nelson Mandela, that's an awesome movie to work in because in my opinion, Nelson Mandela was a positive role model for the people of Africa. And also he was a role model for the people of the entire world, you know what I'm saying? So that's a very powerful movie. Or for example, if someone approaches you, like a director or whatever, or a film label, they want to, I don't know, do a movie about Malcolm X or something. Malcolm X, in my opinion, was a very powerful, and he was a good role model for everybody. You know what I mean? He believed in standing up for what's right. And so, basically what I'm trying to say, young people, is, try to uh, choose roles that, people can learn and grow from. You know what I'm saying? You know, violence, people I'm not trying to hate on people that portray people that are villains in a movie, or committing crimes in a movie, or movies that are very violent and very sexual in nature. You know, um, to me, it's just my humble opinion. Movies that involved a lot of violence, or explicit sexual behavior, or you know, just a lot of like people committing crimes in the movie and all of that. It's just my humble opinion. Those types of movies are garbage to me, because you know I just feel that young people that view those movies may think that those movies are, you know they may worship the movie, or what I'm saying, and try to uh, do the things that they saw in the movie. And to me, that's just totally bogus, and I really don't like that. So but um, my thing is this, young people, you know, like I say, try to pick roles that are gonna bless people. Now, let me say this. Now, of course, when you get started, you're going to have to take what you can get, you know what I'm saying? But once you get once you get your name out there, and you're a big time name, like I say, Denzel Washington or Morgan Freeman, or, Cicely Tyson, or, Harry Belafonte, when you get if you, once you get to that level of being famous, like a Oprah Winfrey or whatever, you can pick and choose your roles. You know what I'm saying? Because you've already established yourself in the acting field, and you know people are going to continuously come and seek you out for different roles in movies, because you're you're like a hot ticket, if you will. You know what I'm saying? So, but just keep that in mind, young people, as you pursue your acting career, to to be a blessing to people that view your craft. Okay. I think I've already said this, but I think it's very important to reiterate this. uh, you know Young people, as an actor or actress, try to be a role model, right? Try to be a role model. um, like I say, just be mindful of the things, of the movies that you pick and choose, because you got to understand, young people, when you are acting in a movie, people may want to be like that in real life. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, so uh, I think there was a movie called Set It Off or whatever, with I think Queen Latifah played in that movie many years ago. A lot of young people may not know about that movie, but anyway, the movie was about young ladies that decided to do bank robberies. You know what I'm saying? So I think during that time when the movie was out, there were bank robberies across the United States increased, if I'm not mistaken. So some people, they take movies very seriously, and they want to you know uh, play out those different things in the movie in real life. So, like I say, young people, just be very mindful of the roles you choose, and try your best to be a role model for the people and young people that are viewing your movies. I'm gonna give you a list of some of the people, the actors and actresses that I think are the greats that you should study. And I'm going to go ahead and list it right now. But I'm also going to put the following list of people in the comment section that's going to be attached to this video. So it's very important, young people, that you write these actors and actresses down and study these folks if you are have a desire to pursue the drama profession. The first person that I want you guys to study is Cicely Tyson. Okay, Cicely Tyson was a great actress back in the day. Um, I can't. I think she played in one of Tyler Perry's movies. I think it was Family Reunion or whatever. But anyway, just do your research. You can Google Cicely Tyson, and you can study the movies that she's, been involved in. I think it's very important that you do that. Blair Underwood is another good. He's another good actor. I think Blair Underwood played in the movie. I think he played in a Tyler Perry movie. I think he also played in the movie Set It Off, if I'm not mistaken. So, again, do your research on Blair Underwood. Oprah Winfrey is just a multi-talented young lady. Not only is Oprah Winfrey a great actress, but she also was, I guess, what you call a great talk show host. Back in the day, she did this. She had an Oprah Winfrey show that was, it came on, I think, Monday through Friday during the daytime. So, she was on the Oprah Winfrey show for many years, but she also she did several movies. I think she was in the movie The Color Purple. Let me see. I think she did this movie also called The Butler, you know. So, those are two very good movies that she was in. And, like I say, young people, I encourage you guys to study Oprah Winfrey. She's a very good actress. Sidney Poitier is one of the actors that was, he was really famous back in the day. Um, you know, uh, he did a movie. He played a cop or something back in the day, uh, and it did very well. So I encourage you guys to view that movie. I can't think of it right now, but Sidney Poitier is a very good actor. Harry Belafonte is a very good actor, and I think Harry Belafonte is a singer as well. Harry Belafonte is one of those multi-talented uh, people. So I think Harry Belafonte did a movie with um, Spike Lee. I think it's called Black's Klansman or something. He made that movie a couple of years ago with Spike Lee. So I encourage you guys to check that out. Okay, young people, I'm going to go into the conclusion of my video. And in all my videos, I touch on the point of wisdom. I touch on the point of critical thinking. And then I end my videos with an ending statement of practice. I'm going to touch on my 3 points on wisdom. Point number 1, wise people are good listeners. Point number 2, wise people have the thirst or desire to learn good knowledge and spiritual knowledge. Point number 3, wise people have the courage to teach their wisdom. So young people, I encourage you all to do your research on the topic of wisdom. And I pray that you all will pursue wisdom with the utmost seriousness. Young people, when you pursue wisdom with the utmost seriousness, it will benefit you in the long run. I'm going to go ahead and do my statement on critical thinking. Always be a critical thinker, young people, especially when making big decisions. Always be a critical thinker, young people, especially when making big decisions. So young people, I encourage you all to talk to your Your parents are guardians about the topic of critical thinking, and your parents will help you navigate the differences between making big decisions and minor decisions. Young people also encourage you to do your research on the topic of critical thinking. Young people, is just my humble opinion, the sooner you become a critical thinker, the better off you'll be, and it'll benefit you in the long run. I'm going to go into my ending statement of practice. I love you. I want the best for you. I want you to practice using love and wisdom in all that you do. Life is a game that you must learn how to play. Practicing love and wisdom with your family, friends, and loved ones creates a powerful team. Love conquers all, young people, even if you feel defeated. So, young people, I encourage you to keep loving and keep growing and gaining in wisdom, and God will bless you in a mighty way. I encourage you all to hit the thumbs up on this video. I encourage you all to share this video with family, friends, and loved ones. And I encourage you all to subscribe to my channel. At the end of the day, young people, I want you to accomplish all your goals and dreams in life. And I want you to be the very best person that you could be every single day of your life. That's very important that you do that. I'm going to conclude my video by saying this. I have one more nugget of wisdom, I should say. I'm going to go ahead and start with that. Don't ever think that you're better than anyone else, young people. But rather, young people, think of yourself as just as good as anyone else. Humility is a vital key to successful life. I pray that you all would apply that to your life. It'll benefit you in the long run, young people. Now I'm going to go ahead and officially conclude this video. May God bless you, and may God keep you until we meet again.